Hello, children. Welcome back to the physical science class. In this session, we are going to learn the composition and properties of water in Unit 13 Water. Come, let's go through the lesson. Water is an important natural resource. Water is very important for life to exist on earth. Tirukural says, without water, there would be no life on the earth. In Tamil, நீரின்று அமையாது உலகினின் யார் யாருக்கும் வானின்று அமையாது ஒழுக்கு. Just like other living organisms, we also need water to survive. However, we need water for so many activities like cooking, washing, cleaning, and irrigation. Water resources are getting depleted nowadays because of growing demand from increasing populations and lifestyle changes. There is also a reduction in the supply of water due to pollution of water sources and climate change, which contributes to the rising variability in rainfall. We all depend on water for our living, and so every individual is responsible for saving water. Water helps to regulate the temperature of our planet Earth. It also helps to maintain the temperature in organisms. Three-fourths of our planet Earth is filled with water. Water exists in three states, namely solid, liquid, and gas. Below 0 degrees Celsius, water exists in solid form as ice. Between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius, water exists in the form of liquid as water. Above 100 degrees Celsius, water exists in the form of water vapor as in the gaseous state. Nearly three-fourths of the surface of the earth is covered by water. Most of the water, that is 97% of the total amount of water that exists on earth, is found in seas and oceans. Water that is found in polar ice caps and glaciers is 2.05 percentage, and the remaining amount of water is found in lakes, rivers, and aquifers groundwater. Our body is made up of 65% of water, but it is not apparent. Water is a transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance. Water is composed of two atoms of hydrogen combined with one atom of oxygen. Water is a chemically stable compound. Its chemical name is dihydrogen monoxide. The molecular formula of water is H2O. Water can be broken up into hydrogen and oxygen when an electrical current is passed through it. The process of breaking down of water molecules by the passage of electric current is known as electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water can be easily demonstrated with the help of an experiment. In this experimental setup, a glass beaker is fixed with two carbon electrodes and it is filled with water up to one third of its volume. The positive carbon electrode acts as anode and the negative carbon electrode acts as cathode. Two test tubes are placed on the electrodes. The electrodes are connected to a battery and current is passed until the test tubes are filled with a particular gas. If the gas collected is tested using a burning splint, we can notice that the gas in cathode side burns with a popping sound when the burning splint is brought near the mouth of the test tube. This property is usually shown by hydrogen gas, and so it is confirmed that the gas inside the test tube is hydrogen. The burning splint placed near the anode side burns more brightly, confirming that it is oxygen gas. This experiment shows that water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. The ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2 is to 1. Hence, for every 2 volumes of hydrogen collected at the cathode, there is 1 volume of oxygen collected at the anode. 2H2O on electrolysis produces 2H2 plus O2. Let us perform an activity. Take some anhydrous copper 2 sulfate powder and place it in a watch glass. Add water drop by drop to the anhydrous copper 2 sulfate. Do you notice any color change in the powder? Yes, you can notice the powder turning blue. It is a test for water. Water was first prepared in the year 1781 by an English scientist Henry Cavendish. He discovered hydrogen gas when active metals reacted with sulfuric acid. The hydrogen gas released was highly inflammable and burned to form a colorless product called water. Zinc plus sulfuric acid produces zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Two molecules of hydrogen added with one molecule of oxygen produces two molecules of water. Water is also produced by the reduction of metal oxide by hydrogen, burning of hydrogen in air and burning of hydrocarbons in air. Respiration of plants and animals also releases water. Glucose react with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. Henry Cavendish was a British philosopher, scientist, chemist, and physicist. Cavendish is noted for his discovery of hydrogen. He called it inflammable air. He mixed metals with strong acids and created hydrogen. He created carbon dioxide also by combining metals with strong bases. In the laboratory preparation of water method, pure hydrogen gases passed through anhydrous calcium chloride to absorb water vapor, if present. Dry hydrogen coming out of the opening is burnt with sufficient supply of air. The burnt hydrogen gas forms droplets of water when it comes in contact with a cold flask. Distilled water without any dissolved matter is obtained by this method. Water has some important properties which are familiar to us, but these properties are unique to water. Some of the physical properties are explained below. Nature. Pure water is a clear and transparent liquid. It is colorless, odorless, and tasteless. Boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius at atmospheric pressure. At this temperature, water boils and changes to steam. The boiling point of water increases with increase in pressure. For example, when a pressure cooker is heated, a high pressure is built inside it. The high pressure increases the boiling point of water. Thus, water remains a liquid at a higher temperature above 100 degrees Celsius in the cooker. This cooks the food faster. Pure water has the following physical properties. Pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure. Pure water freezes at exactly 0 degrees Celsius at 1 atmospheric pressure. Pure water has a density of 1 gram per centimeter cube. Freezing point. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and forms ice. Thus, the freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of water decreases with increase in pressure. Liquid water changes to solid ice upon freezing. When the skaters move on ice, they exert pressure on it. This pressure lowers the freezing point. As a result, the ice melts underneath the skate and allows the skaters to glide across the ice with little effort. When the skaters move forward, pressure is decreased and the water refreezes to ice again. Density. When ice cubes are put in a glass of water at room temperature, they float on the surface of the water. This is because ice is lighter than water. It means that the density of ice is lower than that of water. Density means mass per unit volume of a substance. When the winter temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius, the water in the lake will start freezing. The frozen ice will float at the top and cover the lake. Since ice is a bad conductor of heat, it does not allow heat to pass through it. So, the water below the ice remains in liquid form where most of the aquatic life lives. This enables the aquatic animals and plants to survive even in extreme cold conditions. Density of water varies at different temperature. At 0 degrees Celsius, the density of water in the form of ice is 0.91 gram per centimeter cube. And for water, the density is 0.97 gram per centimeter cube. At the temperature of 4 degrees Celsius, the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. And above the temperature 4 degrees Celsius, the density is lesser than 1 gram per centimeter cube. Anomalous expansion of water. For the same mass of ice and of water, the volume of ice is more than that of water. It is an unusual physical property of water. In the Himalayas, the temperature can go down even below 0 degrees Celsius. The water in the water pipes will freeze at this temperature to ice. If the pipes are not strong, they can crack, develop leaks, or even burst. This is because freezing of water will cause an expansion in the volume. Latent heat of fusion of ice. If ice cubes are heated in a beaker in which a thermometer is placed, the thermometer does not register any rise in temperature. till all the ice melts. Where does the heat energy go if there is no rise in temperature? The heat energy is utilized in changing the state of ice from solid to liquid. The amount of heat energy required by ice to change into water is called latent heat of fusion of ice. Ice has the highest latent heat of fusion, that is 80 calories per gram or 336 joule per gram. The freshness of fish and meat can be maintained by placing them in contact with ice. With its larger latent heat, ice is able to absorb a large quantity of heat from the fish as it melts. Thus, food can be kept at a low temperature for an extended period of time. Latent heat of vaporization of water. When water attains the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, it starts changing its state from liquid to gaseous state. However, the temperature of water does not rise above 100 degrees Celsius. It is because the supplied heat energy only changes the state of the boiling water. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. This heat energy is stored in steam and is commonly called latent heat of vaporization of steam. The steam has the highest latent heat of vaporization and its value is 540 calories per gram or 2268 joule per gram. Specific heat capacity. The amount of heat that is needed to raise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is called specific heat capacity of that substance. The specific heat capacity of water is very high. 1 gram of water requires 1 calorie of heat to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Due to its high specific heat capacity, water takes time to become hot as well as to cool down. Thus, water can absorb a lot of heat and retain it for a longer time. This property of water is used to cool engines. Water is circulated around car engine using the radiator pump and the heat is absorbed. Thus, the engine is protected from getting too hot. Some of the chemical properties of water are explained below. Action towards litmus paper. Pure water is neutral and it shows no action towards litmus paper. Stability. Water is a very stable compound. It does not decompose into elements when heated to ordinary temperatures. However, if it is heated to 2000 degrees Celsius, 0.02% of water decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen gas. Two molecules of water at the temperature of 2000 degrees Celsius produces two molecules of hydrogen and one molecules of oxygen. Catalytic nature. Water acts as a catalyst in a number of reactions. Catalyst is used to speed up the reaction. Perfectly dry hydrogen and chlorine gases do not react in the presence of sunlight. However, in the presence of traces of water, the reaction takes place with explosion to produce hydrogen chloride. H2 plus Cl2 in the presence of moisture and sunlight produces 2HCl. Reaction with metals. Water reacts with some metals. Metals such as sodium, potassium, and calcium react vigorously with water at room temperature. Sodium reacts with water to form hydrogen gas and sodium hydroxide solution. Due to the heat evolved in this reaction, the hydrogen gas catches fire and burns. 2Na plus 2H2O produces 2NaOH plus H2. Magnesium is little more sluggish. Magnesium element is slow in nature. It reacts with hot water and gives hydrogen and magnesium hydroxide solution. 2Mg plus 2H2O gives MgOH twice plus H2. Many other metals react with water to form oxides and hydroxides. Iron is one such metal which forms iron oxide called rust. Iron is used in many buildings, factories, bridges, ships, and vehicles. The slow and gradual rusting of iron is called corrosion. Iron reacts with water to form iron oxide, which is commonly known as rust. Do you know copper does not react with water at any temperature? That is why it is used for making pipes and boilers. Reaction with nonmetals. Red hot carbon, that is coke, reacts with steam to produce water gas, that is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. C plus H2O at temperature 1000 degrees Celsius produces CO plus H2. Chlorine gas dissolves in water and produces hydrochloric acid. 2Cl2 plus 2H2O in the presence of sunlight produces 4HCl plus O2. Children, I hope that you might understood very well about electrolysis of water, physical and chemical properties of water. Thank you for watching.